Hey guys, Crypto Dad here again, and today I'm going to show you how to purchase Cardano and store it in the Daedalus wallet using your Ledger Nano device to secure the private key. So let's get started. So Cardano's all the rage right now. Everybody wants to get their hands on it. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to buy it. But what's most important is being able to store it in your own wallet. And I believe the best way to do that is the Daedalus wallet that you can download right from the Cardano website. Now, Daedalus has been around a long time, but now you have the ability to secure your private key using your Ledger Nano hardware device. This stores the private key very safely and securely and keeps it separate from your computer. So it sounds complicated, but it's pretty easy to do. I'm going to show you how to do it. So the first thing we'll need to do is download a copy of the Daedalus wallet. I'm on the Cardano homepage here. I'll put a link to that down in the description below. We'll just go to individuals here and then choose Daedalus wallet, which takes us over to the Daedalus page. We're just going to want to download that Daedalus wallet. And there's 3 different platforms that you can use to download. All right, now there are some tools here for verifying your download. I highly recommend that you do these. You don't have to. You can skip ahead on the video to where I just download and install the wallet, but I'm going to briefly go through these verification procedures. They're not that difficult once you get the hang of them. So we're going to start with downloading the wallet. All right, I'm just going to drop it in my downloads folder. Now the first thing we'll want to do is verify the integrity of that installer, and you can do that by running a SHA-SUM check on the installer. So I'm just going to click this little clipboard here and copy this SHA-SUM into my clipboard. Now I'm going to launch my SHA-SUM software, and I'm going to browse over to that installer that I just downloaded. I'll click that, I'll open it. You'll notice that the SHA-SUM is run on the installer. These hashes are created, right? Well, we just want to compare these hashes to the one that the developers provided. So I'm going to paste that one in, and I'll click Verify. And we'll see that the SHA-256 matched. That's just verifying the integrity of the installer. You want to make sure you get a good, clean copy of the installer. Now, the next thing I'll do is the cryptographic verification of the developer installer, right? You can click the instructions right here. It'll take you over to this page where they'll give you an overview of the software that you'll need to download and the IOH key that you're going to need to do this verification. But I'll show you briefly how that works. First thing we need to do is get the signature. It's basically just a file, an ASC formatted file. I'll just drop that in my downloads folder. It'll end up being right next to the installer. So if we open up our downloads folder, you can see that I've got the installer and the signature file right here. They're right next to each other. Now I'm just going to launch my Cleopatra software, which is in those instructions. All right, and this is my key manager. You'll notice here that I have the IOHK signing authority key. I've already downloaded that. The instructions for doing that are in those instructions that I showed you on their website. And once we've got that downloaded and in our key ring, we'll hit Decrypt Verify, right? And we'll just navigate over to the Downloads folder and we'll click on the installer and choose Open. Notice that that signature file is right next to the installer. I'll hit Open, and that's what we want to see there. We want to see that valid signature by the signing authority. This just checks to make sure that this is indeed the exact installer file that the developers intended for you to have and that it hasn't been altered by any third parties. All right, that's very important. Now, a lot of you might think this is a bunch of gobbledygook and want to skip over it. That's fine with me. Take your chances if you want to. But I just wanted to show you how that works, right? Now that I've done all that and I've convinced myself that this is indeed a good copy of the installer, I'm going to go ahead and double click it and run the install. All right, and there we go. The install is complete, and we've got the Daedalus icon on our desktop. I like to pin it to my taskbar. You see I've already got one down there. All right, so I'll just run the Daedalus first time. All right, and you're going to be presented with this welcome screen here where you can choose your format. I'll go ahead and accept the defaults. I'll hit continue here. We're going to say okay to all of these terms. All right, and now we're ready to create our wallet. Now, in the past, you've been able to create a standalone Daedalus wallet that is stored on your computer, right? The private key of this wallet would be stored on your computer. You can also restore a wallet that you created before if you have your 24-word recovery phrase. What we're going to do is pair our wallet with a hardware device. And I'm going to use a Ledger Nano X, right? You can also use the Ledger Nano S with this. So the first thing that you'll want to do is launch your Ledger Live software. All right, you want to make sure that you have the Cardano app installed on your device. So I'm going to connect my device with my USB cable. I'll enter my PIN. All right, once you have the device connected and the PIN entered, you should be at the home screen. All right, so now that you're at the home screen, what you want to do is go to the manager over here, left side of your screen. All right, and then it'll ask you to allow Ledger Manager on the device. We'll go ahead and allow that. We'll hit both buttons. You'll want to make sure that your Ledger Live software is up to date. All right, mine was, but if it asks you to run the update for the software, you should do that. Make sure you have the latest version of Ledger Live. Also, check your firmware. Make sure it's up to date. All right, I'm running the latest firmware here. And then also the apps need to be updated. So you can see here that there is a new version of the Cardano app. So you want to make sure that you've updated all of your apps. Right, I'm going to hit update all. Notice that my device said processing as these updates are run. And we're done. I'm fully updated. If you don't even have the Cardano app, you'll just install it. It's in the list here, pretty close to the top. There'll be an install button. You just run the install, and you will have the latest version of the Cardano app. All right, now that we've done that, we can quit Ledger Live. We don't need Ledger Live anymore. You cannot manage your Cardano in Ledger Live. It doesn't support Cardano accounts, right? But you do need to install the app. So we've done that. Let's just close Ledger Live. We don't need it anymore. We've got the latest version of the app. Let's go back over to our Daedalus wallet, right? And then I want to navigate over to the Cardano app. So I'm just going to use these buttons to navigate through all of the apps. And now that I've got Cardano selected, I'll go ahead and activate it by clicking both buttons. Now I'm in the Cardano app and it's waiting for me, right? You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to play around with the settings or anything. In fact, it doesn't look like they have any settings anymore. So kind of idiot proof at this point. Right, so we just want to pair. We want to pair with our hardware device. Like I said, it's connected and I've got the Cardano app running. Let's hit pair. All right, and there, notice it says export public key. I want to do that. I can hit both buttons to do this. And then it says confirm export of public key. I'll hit both buttons again. Now it says it's waiting for commands. Now, you're going to need to wait a while for this. Maybe just go have some coffee or go out to eat or do something or watch a movie because it needs to sync up to the blockchain. And that might take quite a while. So you'll notice here that it's kind of ticking along here. You're probably better off just walking away from the computer for a bit. Right, you'll notice that it's syncing here. And it identifies it as a Ledger Nano X, which is cool. Okay, so it's finally synced up to the blockchain. It did take a few hours. So like I said, you might want to just sit back and relax while it syncs up. I have used this Ledger device before to manage my Cardano. So there is a small balance and there is a transaction history, but yours should end up being 0 if you're just getting started here. Now we've got our wallet, we've got our private key safely stored on this ledger device, and we're synced up to the Cardano blockchain. All right, now for the fun stuff. Let's put some ADA in this wallet. All right, so I'll go ahead and start with Crypto.com. Crypto.com is an iOS-based cryptocurrency exchange that you can download and install on your phone, where you can buy and sell cryptocurrencies. And you can buy ADA on Crypto.com. So let's open it up. And what we're going to do is trade. And I'm going to just do a buy. I'll choose Cardano or ADA. And there's several options here. I've got the credit card option, and as you can see, my debit card is connected to my Crypto.com account. It's pretty easy to set up. Got a great video on how you get set up with Crypto.com. You also have the crypto wallet option where you can trade or swap other cryptocurrencies if you want to get ADA. And then you have the fiat wallet option, which is a wallet that you can fund from your bank account. Now that takes a few days to get the funds available. So I'm just going to do the credit card debit option. It's much quicker. Let's just, I'm not going to buy $1,300 worth of ADA. Let's just try, we'll do $137 worth of ADA. So I'll just buy myself 100 ADA. I'll hit buy ADA. I'll acknowledge that fee. I'll hit continue. There's our confirmation screen. You can see I'm going to get charged about $4 for this. And there we go. I've purchased my ADA. I should mention that if you sign up for a Crypto.com account and you're a new user, they have a special running where you're going to get 30 days of fees waived for credit card and debit purchases. So if you've never signed up for a Crypto.com account, it's a good time to do that so that you can purchase cryptocurrencies with no fees for 30 days. Now that I have bought the Cardano, it's in my Crypto.com account. I'll go down there to the bottom and hit accounts, and you can see that there's that Cardano is in there now. Now I want to transfer this into my wallet. So let's pull up our Daedalus wallet, and I want to go to receive, and it's going to give me a whole bunch of Cardano addresses. These are optional. You can just use one over and over again, or you can use a different one each time. It's completely up to you. It's better to use a new one each time. Improves your privacy, right? So that all of your transactions are not tied to one address. So I'll just choose the first unused address here. I'll just click on it. And as you'll notice there, a QR code comes up, which we can use in Crypto.com. So I'm going to go to Crypto.com. I'm going to tap where it says Cardano. That pulls up the interface, and I'm going to choose transfer. And I'm going to withdraw. I'm going to withdraw my Cardano from my cryptocurrency exchange and store it in my Daedalus wallet. So I'll tap withdraw, and then I'm going to choose external wallet. Now I have a few addresses already in here that I've used before. I'm going to assume that this is your first time. So what we want to do is add a new address to our whitelist. There's a plus up there in the top right corner. I'm going to tap that. And I'm going to choose wallet address. And then you'll notice that little icon there for the QR code. I'll just tap that, and it's going to open up my camera. And I'll just scan that QR code for the ADA address. You'll notice it auto-fills there. I'm going to give this guy a name. You got to give it a name. Give it some kind of name. All right, I'll just call this Daedalus latest, so I'll know it's my latest one. We'll hit continue here. I need to put in my Google Authenticator code. I'll slide over to Google Authenticator, tap that code, slide back over to Crypto.com, and paste, and hit continue. All right, now they're going to send us a confirmation email. It came in there. I'll just tap that alert, go over to my Gmail, right, and then I'm going to tap that confirmation button. All right, it's going to switch back to the app. All right, and then I'm just going to close this, and then I'm just going to back out and go back in again to get that new address to appear there. Sometimes you have to finagle with it a little bit. We'll choose withdraw ADA. I'm going to choose the max, and then I'll tap withdraw. All right, it's going to charge me 2 ADA for this. I'll hit confirm. I'm going to need to put in my 2-factor again. And off it goes. All right. So we get a confirmation, we get an email confirmation, and our balance on crypto.com goes to 0 for our ADA. So our ADA is off onto the blockchain. We'll just keep an eye on our Daedalus wallet and wait for that to come in. All right, and then you can see here that the ADA has arrived in my Daedalus wallet. Less those 2 ADA, right? But it didn't take very long for it to come in. So now we have this ADA safely and securely stored in our own wallet. And above that, we also have the private key stored in our hardware device. So it makes this wallet very secure. There are other ways to manage ADA on a ledger device, but I feel Daedalus is the best way. It's the wallet created by the Daedalus team, and it allows you to do staking, which we can talk about later, but that's one of the big features of Daedalus. There are a lot of staking pools to choose from, right? And there are a lot of rewards to be earned. Okay, so pretty cool stuff. Now I'm going to show you another way to get your hands on some ADA through a cryptocurrency exchange that's web-based. So let's go over to our Binance US. Let's get ourselves logged in. All right, it's very easy to trade for ADA or Cardano on Binance US. It is available. You can see I've got a little bit in here already. But if you're just starting from scratch, you just opened your account, you can do a deposit to your cash account, and you can add various payment methods. So you can use ACH, debit card, or domestic wire to fund your account. All right, and then after you've put some money in your account through one of those means, you can trade for ADA. So I'll hit trade here, and I'll choose the US dollar option. I'll just place a quick market order here. I'm going to buy ADA with my available US dollars. All right, we get a market order created there. And you can see that I've added to my ADA holdings. Right, now you can use limit orders, stop limit orders, all that fancy stuff. I just did a quick market order so you can see how easy it is to get your hands on ADA using Binance US. Now that we've got the ADA in our Binance US account, I want to withdraw it to my Daedalus wallet. So let's go back up here. We'll go back over to receive, and I'm going to try another unused address. I'll click on it, and this time I'm just going to click this little copy down here and copy that address into my clipboard, right? I'll go back over to Binance US. I'm going to choose withdraw next to my ADA. I'll paste in that address, and I'll just send the max. Now, if you've never done this before, I would highly advise you to start with a small amount to test it. Make sure that it goes through properly before you send large amounts. All right, I know what I'm doing, so I'm just going to do the max this time. It's not a lot anyway. We'll hit submit here. I've got to enter my Google Authenticator code. All right, and then I'm going to need to check my email and confirm that. I'll open that email up, click confirm withdrawal, and the withdrawal is now submitted. All right, and we can wait for this to come into our wallet. We can close this down now. Go back over here to summary. And we'll just hang out and wait for that ADA to come in. All right, and there you can see that that other transaction has come in now, and both of them are safely stored in my wallet, right? This is nice up here. You've got the total. You can see your total amount of ADA here, and then over here you can see its US dollar value. That's pretty cool, right? I think that's fairly new. And there we go. So now I've showed you how to set up the wallet, and I've showed you how to purchase some ADA and store it in the wallet. Now, I get a lot of people that ask me this question, and they say something like, if I put my cryptocurrency in a wallet, what if the price goes up? Does the value go up? I know it sounds like a dumb question, but it's not really, because people are just trying to wrap their head around this thing. So let me give you an analogy. Suppose you buy a gold coin and you take it home and you put it in your dresser drawer. Now, if the price of gold goes up, does the value of that gold coin go up? The answer, of course, is yes. So you just take that gold coin back to the dealer and sell it if you want to reap the rewards of that price increase. The same with cryptocurrency. It's better to store it in your own wallet. It's safer and secure in your own wallet. You have total control over it. But if you decide you want to move it back to an exchange and then sell it, that's not a big deal, right? So I'm going to, as a little bonus here, I'm going to show you how to move it back to the exchange in case you decide you want to sell it, right? We're just going to do the opposite of what we just did, right? Let's, now we could send it back to crypto.com, but let's go ahead and just do Binance US. It's pretty easy. So we'll go over here to our wallet. It still thinks that the Cardano is in my wallet. It's not anymore. So don't be fooled by that. But if you don't see ADA at all in your list, if you've never had it in here before, you can just search for it, right? And it's going to show up. Now this time we want to do a deposit, right? We want to deposit our ADA into our account in case we want to liquidate, right? So let's hit deposit. And there's the ADA address, right? Let's copy that into our clipboard. Let's go back over here. And this time we're going to do a send. And we'll paste in that wallet address, right? And then I'll go ahead and send 100 back, just so you can see how this works. We'll hit next. Now, mind you, when we do this, because I have a wallet that is using a private key on my Ledger device, I am going to need to authorize this on my device. So when you do this, you need to keep a close eye on what's happening on your device so that you can authorize the transaction. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the camera here so you can see what's going on. As you can see, I have my device connected and I am in the ADA app at the moment, right? It's waiting for commands. So let's hit next. All right, and there on the device, it says export public key. I'm going to hit both buttons there. And I'm going to confirm that. Now it wants me to start a new transaction. I'll hit both buttons there. There's the address that I'm sending to. I'll scroll through that till I get to the end and hit both buttons. And then I'll authorize the send of 108. I'll hit both buttons. There's the transaction fee. I'll hit both buttons again. Both buttons. And then the last one is the confirm. I'll hit both buttons on that one too. And then it wants to export the public key one more time. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll confirm. Okay. Wants to do it one more time. Okay. Now I can send. All right, I'll hit send here. All right, and there we go. So notice what happened there when I was authorizing the transaction on my device. It was asking me questions and it seemed a little cryptic at times. So when in doubt, click both buttons, right? So you'll need to authorize outgoing transactions. You don't need to worry about incoming transactions. Once you've got the device set up, if you want to deposit into the wallet, you really don't even need to have the device connected. But just keep in mind, when you're sending outgoing transactions, you will need to authorize them on the device, right? And there's going to be some buttons you're going to have to click to make that happen. That is the security of the Ledger Nano X, right? So we just sent 100 ADA back out of the wallet, back to an exchange so that we can liquidate, right? You could also use this method to send ADA to someone else or one of your other wallets or anything of that nature, right? It works in all use cases for sending and receiving. Okay, now you can see that the 100 ADA that I transferred from my Daedalus wallet is now back in my Binance US account. So it's very easy from here just to trade and trade the ADA back to US dollars, right? I could do a limit, stop limit, market, whatever I want to do, and then just sell 100% of the ADA back to dollars, right? So that would be how you could cash out. All right, so there you have it. I showed you how to download the wallet, how to set it up, how to connect it to your ledger device, how to buy a little ADA, store it in the wallet, and then as a bonus, I showed you how to send it back to an exchange if you decide you want to liquidate. So now you got all the tools you need. You'll probably want to learn how to do the staking so that you can stake your Cardano in the wallet and earn rewards. That's a big part, but I'll save that for another video. If you have any questions about anything I did, please throw them up in the comments and I'll do my best to get them answered. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon.